dreams, big rings, we want it. You won't forget it. We came to handle business. My whole team ready. Big dreams, big rings, we want it. You won't forget it. We came to handle business.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. My name is Michael, also known as Who's Ready for Monster Jam, and I'll be walking you through what is about to go down right on this very floor over the next couple of minutes. We have a stacked 12 truck field ready to go to town in the final Carnage Tour event of 2025. There's so much anticipation for this event. All these drivers are getting ready to absolutely tear it up right here in Houston, Texas. But before we get any further, this is just the start of Carnage Tour Trackside, so sit tight. We got a lot more Carnage Tour Trackside coming your way.
Down at this yellow-haired girl, Mr. Jones strikes up a conversation with a black-haired flamenco dance. You know she dances while his father plays guitar. She's sudden and beautiful, and we all want something beautiful. Man, I wish I was beautiful. So come dance in silence down through the morning. Sha la 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 la, yeah. Yeah. Cut up, Maria. Show me some of them Spanish dances and pass me a bottle, Mr. Jones. Believe in me. Help me believe in anything, 'cause I wanna be someone who believes. Yeah. Mr. Jones and me tell each other fairy tales, and we stare at beautiful women. She's looking at you, oh no, no, she's looking at me, smiling in the bright lights, coming through in stereo. When everybody loves you, you could never be lonely. While I'm on paint my picture, paint myself in blue, red, and black, and gray. All of the beautiful colors are very, very meaningful. Yeah, well, you know, gray is my favorite color. I felt so symbolic yesterday. If I knew Picasso.
We are so excited to announce that Carnage Tour World Finals 5 will be coming in the summer of 2025. We just had World Finals 4, and it was unbelievable. So let's take a look at the board for what you can expect for World Finals 5.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances?
The biggest event in Rigs or Rides.
It's coming back home again to Indiana.
Best drivers go head to head.
In the racing capital of the world.
Are you ready for this?
Don't miss a single minute of the action.
Carnage Tour World Finals in Indianapolis 2025.
That's right, fans. Indianapolis Lucas Oil Stadium is where World Finals 5 for the Carnage Tour will be hosting in summer of 2025. It's the racing capital of the world. So make sure you're setting your calendars. You're not going to want to miss the biggest event of the year.
Oh yeah. Like a beast in the jungle, in the heat of the rumble, I ain't got nothing to lose. I've been fighting these hard times in the ghettos of my mind. Now it's victory that I choose. Yes, my soul is blessed to be born. My mind confess I'm a bad, bad man. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend, legend. 'Cause I've been down so long that my crown is gone, is stepping stand in my way. I don't care what the
Now, we've got 12 drivers here competing in Houston, Texas today for this second quarter event, as I mentioned before, and we've got a lot of really, really good talent in this lineup. We've even got a defending series champion out here. We've got some really heavy hitters between Thomas Frasco in one of his first events here. That guy could be a threat anytime out. We've got Max Silver's wild side being driven by another driver here today. We've also got Konner Bauer in the building, but only one of them can win the overall event championship. And my pick today is Caden Vial in Megalodon. It's a bit of a surprise pick, I know, but Caden has always been very consistent out there, and I think today is going to be a good day for him, and he is going to come out here and dominate. I'm actually going to make the bold prediction that he's going to win 2 competitions today, whichever ones they are, I don't know. But I think tonight is going to be all Megalodon, but we will find out. Like I said, we've got a great lineup, and one of those drivers will be winning the overall event championship today. And in order to win that overall event championship, you've got to get points throughout the 3 competitions that will be taking place here in Houston, Texas. So let's take a look at Track X for what you can expect in tonight's event.
As we continue getting you ready for the event, let's learn more about the action you'll see out on the track. This is Carnage Tour Track X. Our first competition is racing. Both trucks will stage at the starting line. After the starting signal is given, our drivers will accelerate off of the line and begin attacking the challenging track. The drivers that can navigate the tough turns and fast straightaways the best will earn the win and the first points of the event. Next up is the Skills Challenge. Our superstars will either have 2 attempts at a 2-wheeled maneuver or 1 attempt at a show-stopping donut. Our judges will look for precision, balance, degree of difficulty, and wow factor when scoring each competitor. The final competition is Freestyle. Each driver will compete for the highest score from our judges by performing the best freestyle run filled with big moves, momentum, and wow factor. Watch out for the backflip during this competition, either off of the 8-pack, providing a tight and fast backflip, or the container, providing large and awe-inspiring backflips. Each driver will earn points during these competitions. The driver with the most combined points will be crowned the overall event champion, with any ties being broken by the higher freestyle score earned. This has been Carnage Tour Track X. Now get ready for the start of the high energy and full throttle action.
We are just moments away from the start of the Carnage Tour action here in Houston, Texas. And man, like I said, we've got a stacked field of drivers who are ready to rip their trucks to pieces. It's the final event of 2025 for the Carnage Tour. Your last chance to see any of these drivers compete until 2025. So with that, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the home of the Houston Texans. Welcome to NRG Stadium, and welcome to Carnage Tour.
Woo! It's go, 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 go time. Tick, tick, boom. Who bringing the noise? Go, baby, we bringing our toys. Separate men from the boys. Chopper be singing, should be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we don't die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out. Rowdy, we get rowdy, rowdy. Rowdy, we get rowdy, rowdy.
We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets. About to go ape, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I didn't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this. So it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's going quiet.
Rowdy, we get rowdy, rowdy. Rowdy, we get rowdy, rowdy.
We be disturbing the peace.
Houston, the Carnage Tour was built right here in the USA. We are truly fortunate to live in the greatest nation on earth and celebrate its strengths, freedoms, resilience, and innovation. We are the United States of America. Now may everybody please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? There's no such thing as maybe, burning like it's faded. No more hesitating, let the sparks fly, baby. Drive it like you're racing, you can call me crazy. I'm just tired of waiting, let the sparks fly, baby. Give me one if it's real and two if you can feel it. Give me three signs that you're awake. It only takes one spark for two to fall apart and three more to blow it away. Give me one if it's real and two if you can feel it. Give me three signs that you're awake. It only takes one spark for two to fall apart and three more to blow it away.
Houston, Texas, please welcome to the floor the newest addition to the Carnage Tour fleet. He is your defending Arena Series champion. It is Logan Wollard in the all-new Werewolf Node Beam.
There's no such thing as maybe. Get on your feet. Don't sleep. Play for keeps. Dig deep. Get on your feet.
Houston, Texas. This is Carnage Tour. Now, Carnage Tour fans, if you weren't here for the Open where we talked about Track X and the 3 competitions, well, our first competition of the day is racing. We've got 12 trucks that have been seated into a bracket randomly, and because there are 12 trucks, it's an odd number, and we have 4 of them that were given an automatic bye into the second round. You can see them right there. Aside from those 4, though, we have 8 trucks who have to go head-to-head to try and make it out of round number 1. We've got some really good pairings there in round 1 as well, and the winners of those pairings will take on the drivers with the bye runs in round number 2. So, it is not going to be easy to go out there and win racing. You've got to get through some really difficult competitors. We've got Bauer in the field, who's been one of the top racers of the entire year here for the Carnage Tour, and many others. Vincent, Akard is also here, an arena driver who has been killing it in racing throughout his entire career. They're on opposite sides of the bracket too. You never know, you might see them paired up in the final round of racing. We're about ready to get going here for round 1 and about ready to meet our drivers who are going to be competing here in Carnage Tour racing. In the blue lane, Caden Morris, ThunderROARus. And in the gray lane, it is Thomas Frasco, Gray Clips, Mohawk Warrior. These 2 are ready to go for our first race of the night, our first look at this track. Your winner, Caden Morris, ThunderROARus. Caden Morris all dialed in on this track. Our first look at this interesting figure 8 style. There's a lot of turns. You've got to be really technical here in racing tonight. Thomas Frasco, like I mentioned in the Open, a bit of a newbie to the Carnage Tour and trying to get used to this truck. He has not gotten to drive it very often. Caden Morris, though, his seat time in that ThunderROARus truck showed, and he was able to grab the first win of the night. In the blue lane, Jamir Nuanes, Jurassic Attack. And his opponent in the gray lane, Bauer, Black Pearl. Connor Bauer has been one of the most dominant racers this entire year. Will he be taken down? Your winner, Connor Bauer, Black Pearl. Yet another dominant race here. Very lopsided, and another interesting thing to keep in mind, both winners coming from opposite lanes. Sometimes we'll see that one lane's a little bit more preferred than the other. Not yet tonight. We've had 2 races and 2 winners from different lanes. The blue lane got the first race of round 1, the gray lane taking that second race, and both of them have been dominant victories. So with that being said, it means that it's really anyone's game. There's no lane that's playing a favorite. Obviously, a lot of drivers say that they prefer to turn left than right. Connor Bauer, though, turned right through that final turn and was able to grab himself the victory. And it's a lot of twists and turns. You're turning right, you're turning left. It is never an easy thing to drive on a track like this. You really have to utilize all of your driving skills, and that's what we're getting to see so far here today. In the gray lane, we have Rick Cassady, Earthshaker. And his opponent, Bryant Steggal, Bad Company. Three races and 3 dominant victories there. Rick Cassady in Earthshaker taking that one by a lot, and a really big victory coming out of that blue lane, and a pretty tight one. I mean, really a race that I didn't have any favorites going into it, and Earthshaker was able to go out there and put on a much better pass. Bad Company looked pretty quick, but Bryant Steggal, unfortunately, will be taken out in round number 1. Is going to have to come out earlier on in the skills competition, leaving us just one more race here in round number 1 before we have a full round 2 of 8 trucks. Our first competitor here in this final race, he is still getting used to the new chassis. It's Vincent Akard, Gravedigger. And his opponent in the gray lane, it is Keshawn Pennymon, Tailgator. Four races completed in round 1. Gravedigger Vincent Akard is your winner of the 4th and final one, and not really a single close race. We'll have to see if the drivers who all had blowout victories in round 1, will they be able to do the same in round 2 against new competitors, or will those drivers who had bye runs be able to come out here and show them how to really handle this track? It is going to be really interesting as we go into this second round of racing. Again, 12 trucks entered the racing bracket, and there is now only 8 left. And because of that, we've got to narrow it down to our final 4, which is why we have 4 more races here in round number 2. And as I mentioned earlier, we had 4 trucks with bye runs. This is their first chance at getting to look at this track. What did they learn from the round 1 races? We'll find out here in just a few moments as we get ready to meet our first 2 competitors in round number 2. In the blue lane, he looked very fast in round number 1. It's Caden Morris in ThunderROARus. And his opponent making his first appearance here of the day, it's Amari Nuanes, Monster Mutt Rottweiler. They are pulling to the line. We are ready to start round number 2. All right, that is the end of the race. The race is officially under review. We are finding out if it is a 5-second penalty or not, and in fact, it is a 5-second penalty on Monster Mutt Rottweiler for not getting the front 2 tires on the ramp. So with a little bit of luck on his side, ThunderROARus and Caden Morris is moving on into the semifinals. Bit of a wacky race there to start off round number 2. And as I mentioned, a driver who had a dominant victory in round 1 is eliminated by... he had a win in round 2, but he was behind by a lot. So now it is time to meet our second set of competitors here in this round. In the far lane, we have Kamryn Russell filling in tonight in Wildside, and his opponent, one of the toughest racers in the West. It is Konner Bauer, Black Pearl. These two trucks, normally teammates of each other, now going head-to-head. What a wild race, and a photo finishes with Wildside and Kamryn Russell pulling out, dare I say, a bit of an upset over Konner Bauer in that race in round number 2. Black Pearl is down. Like I mentioned, one of the toughest racers. He is out of the bracket, and that's going to mean that Kamryn Russell's got to be feeling really good. We're halfway through round number 2. Let's move on to the third race as we have Rick Cassady and Earthshaker returning from round number 1. He'll be in the blue lane, and his opponent in the gray lane is Caden Vial in Megalodon. Up and over goes Earthshaker, but winning the race is Megalodon. Caden Vial getting it done in round number 2. My overall event pick today, making me look pretty smart out there. Moving on to the final 4 competitors. And man, it is going to be a wild final 4 set up right now. But we still have 2 more competitors to go in round number 2. And this is a big matchup. In the blue lane, Vincent Akard in Gravedigger. And in the gray lane, we have Logan Wollard in the Werewolf Node Beam Truck. These two battled it out to the last second on the Arena Points series this year, and it was Logan Wollard who got it done, and now they get to battle in a stadium in the final race of round 2 in Houston. That will be a win for Vincent Akard and Gravedigger. Off the screen, Werewolf Node Beam unfortunately hit the wall, and so that was the end of his run. Tough break for Logan Wollard, but you know Vincent Akard is loving every second of that win. He lost the point series to Logan Wollard, but to win that race, I'm sure he felt a little bit of sweet revenge. We're now down to our final 4 competitors. It is time for the semifinals of Carnage Tour Racing here today. These 4 guys are going to be really tough to beat. The only one who might have a bit of a disadvantage will be our first competitor who got back in there because of a 5-second penalty, but he looked good in round number 1, so it's going to be anyone's game as we get to the final 4. Our first competitor here in the semifinals in the blue lane, it is Kamryn Russell, Wildside, and his opponent will be Caden Morris in ThunderROARus. It is time to go racing here in the semifinals. Only one of these drivers can go to the final round. Who will it be? Representing the wild side name very, very well today, Cameron Russell with a win. I'll tell you what, he has been filling in very well for Max Silver so far today, one of the top racers in the circuit, and driving his truck. He has come out here and taken it to the final round, and will take on the winner of our next race, which is another very heavyweight battle. As we prepare, let's meet those two competitors. In the blue lane, it is Caden Vial, Megalodon, and his opponent, Vincent Akard, Gravedigger. These are two of the most fan-favorite trucks in the sport. Both of them looking good tonight. Only one will go to the finals. Your winner, Vincent Akard, Gravedigger. Caden Vial, looking at the Werewolf node beam replay, had the lead. All he needed to do was finish the final turn smoothly, but he went way too hard into it, and that'll give Vincent Akard a bit of an extra life, and he will go to the final round. Man, what a night of racing, and what a wacky semifinals we have. And it is now time for the final race of the night. We started with 12, now there's 2. One of them is going to win a trophy, one of them is going to get 12 points, the other one is not. So that is what is at stake here in this racing finals for the last Carnage Tour racing competition of 2024. In the blue lane, he has been fast all night and one of the fastest racers in the sport. In a newer chassis, still trying to get used to it, but looking good tonight, Vincent Akard, Gravedigger. And his opponent is filling in for Max Silver here tonight and has filled in very well. Not necessarily known for his racing, but this man has come out here looking bad fast tonight. It's Cameron Russell, Wild Side. We are ready and they are off. An unbelievable finish for the final race of 2024, but it's Cameron Russell in Wildside with the win. Vincent Akard tried to get it done, but with his first racing win of the year, Cameron Russell in Wildside has won it in Houston. An unbelievable last race of 2024 here. Cameron Russell, driver of Wildside. You weren't even supposed to drive here today, and you were thrown into the seat. How are you feeling right now?
I mean, I'm feeling 10 feet tall and bulletproof right now. I filled in for Max. He had a great season, and then, it's not what I expected.
I mean, I would be feeling 10 feet tall and bulletproof if I were you, because you just took down Vincent Akard, who had a lead on you in the final turn. How do you win a race like that and stay strong when you see he's got the lead, but he made that small mistake?
I mean, you just don't lift, man. Pedal to the floor and just hold it wide open.
Well, with that never lift mentality, Cameron Russell and Wildside as our first competition win of the day. Absolutely exciting way to start off the final event of the year. So at the end of the racing competition, we've got to take a look at our overall event leaderboard right now. And it's a little bit interesting because obviously when you make it all the way to the final round, you still get 11 points like Vincent Akard got for not winning, but you still are 1 point out of the top spot. But at the top of that leaderboard, it's Cameron Russell and Wildside with the 12. And you see your top four there with 10 and 9 points, Megalodon and ThunderROARus. Those guys made it to the semifinals. They're in a good spot heading to the rest of the competition today.
Walking away from you. That's what I'm gonna do. I got the same old shoes with a new attitude. Why would I sing the blues for you? I said, hey, you can't stop me, 'cause my pain, is gasoline. I can't wait.
It is time for competition 2 here today. This is the skills challenge. Carnage Tour is always known for its incredible skills. These drivers are the best drivers in the world, and they get to come out here and display their skills in this competition. They can do either one donut or 2 moves on 2 wheels. You can see stoppies, poppers, wheelies, bicycles, moonwalks, or anything that they can cook up. As long as it's on 2 wheels or 1 donut, it counts. And obviously, the scoring will be determined by how good they do in these runs. So, without further ado, let me ask you, who's ready for the Carnage Tour Skills Challenge? Our first competitor here in the Skills Challenge knocked out in the first race of the night, trying to get a little redemption. Thomas Frasco, Great Clips, Mohawk Warrior. He has 1 more hit remaining here in his skills run. Let's see what Thomas Frasco cooks up. That is our first competitor, Thomas Frasco, in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. If you look at the Werewolf Node Beam replay here, our first competitor out, giving us a taste of what is to come here in the rest of this competition. Did some nice stoppies, did some moonwalks, really filled up the entire run with just some good balance. A pretty solid balancing act. Let's see how it did with the scores. It's at 8.105. Thomas Frasco finds himself at the top of the leaderboard with the standard for the rest of these competitors. Competitor number 2, Jamir Nuanes, Jurassic attack.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been everything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. Like Mussolini and Kennedy. I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality.
That's the end of his first move. Pretty solid. Did a little slap wheelie. Let's see what he's got left.
Neon light, Nobel Prize. When a mirror speaks, the reflection lies. You won't have to follow me. Only you can set me free.
Is the end of the run for Jurassic attack. Solid showing from Jamir Nuanes. Did a little one-wheel slap wheelie, which was pretty wild. But after that, he really didn't seal the deal with anything else super exciting. Tried that reverse popper, but I don't think he executed it quite the way he would have liked. The question is, will it be enough to take down Mohawk Warrior? Thomas Frasco was able to come out first. He's got that score to beat with an 8.105. What will the score be for Jurassic attack? 7.204, not enough. It'll put him in second place for right now. We'll see how long that lasts. Our third competitor out, rocking one of the almost the prettiest trucks out here. It's Bryant Steggal, Bad Company.
Bad company till the day I die. Till the day I die. Till the day I die. Rebel souls, deserters who
That is his first move. Let's see what Bad Company does for move number 2.
chose a gun and threw away the sun. Now these towns, they all know our name. Six gun sound.
Very solid out of the Bad Company there. I gotta say, Bryant Steggal surprised me. I've never seen this man drive, and he put on a pretty good performance. The Bad Company truck was doing some combos, but this second move on the Werewolf node beam replay shows some really cool stuff. The bicycle, the moonwalk, and he was on one wheel. He had to save that truck. That truck would have flipped over if it weren't for his driving abilities. Very good job out of Bryant Steggal. The score to beat still belongs to Mohawk Warrior. Let's find out the score for Bad Company. 9.006. We've got a new leader. Competitor number 4. This man's always been very consistent. It is Keshawn Pennymon, Tailgator.
Made my mistakes. I see my heart cave in. I got my scars. I've been to hell and back again. Born for the blue skies. We'll survive the rain. Born for the sunrise. We'll survive the pain. We're singing, hey, you can't.
That is an incredible first move out of Tailgator. The nose pick. What has he got cooked up for number 2? unbelievable run out of Keshawn Pennymon in the Tailgator. You guys have probably not seen that good of a two-wheel run in the stadiums very often. I mean, what an unbelievable move. Just the first one alone was probably impressive enough to get him a win, but that second one was even better. Will it be enough for him to take the lead? Your score to beat still belongs to Bad Company. The score for Tailgator is first place, Keshawn Pennymon, Tailgator. The next competitor out is Amari Nuanes, Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Monster Mutt Rottweiler with his first move in the books. Very solid, but he's going to need to have an even better one if he wants to take the lead. That is the end of the run for the Monster Mutt Rottweiler. I love the creativity on the first move. Jumping it into the stoppie. Very, very fun moves all around. Doing a lot of stoppies and showing a lot of balance. That's really the key here for Amari Nuanes. Didn't do much but really balance the truck, and I don't want to make it seem easy because it's not. But you also got to keep in mind the creativity that we've seen from some of these other drivers. Let's find out what the score is for Monster Mutt Rottweiler. It is an 8.855, a pretty good score, but here today it's going to place him currently in third. The next competitor out here in the skills challenge. He's always struggled in this competition, trying to work on some skills. Konner Bauer, Black Pearl. That is his first move. Some really creative stuff out there. I love the creativity. A wild ride out of the Black Pearl here today, doing two crazy moves. That was pretty awesome. I gotta say, talk about wow moments. Black Pearl did some cool wow moments. The question is, will it be enough for him to take the lead? Let's find out. The score to beat still belongs to Tailgator. Will this be enough for Black Pearl to take the top spot? Ooh, not quite. It's an 8.702 for Konner Bauer and the Black Pearl. Your next competitor out trying to shake things loose today, Rick Cassady, Earthshaker. That is the end of the first move for Earthshaker. Fans, make some noise if you want to see something even better for move number 2. Very, very nice final move there out of Earthshaker. Rick Cassady made up for a pretty bad first one with a great second one. That nose pick backflip was awesome, but the problem is the first move left a lot to be desired. I wonder how it's going to reflect in those scores, because sometimes when you get a wow moment like that, you don't always get yourself a win, because you've got to have 2 very good moves in there. The scores are still getting locked in there. Again, Rick Cassady's not got a ton of opportunities to drive, so it's nice to see him out here putting down a wow moment like that. While it might not necessarily grab him a win here today, it is still very, very cool to see some really cool moments. The scores are locked in for Earthshaker. Let's take a look. It's a 7.991. Rick Cassady got a boost in the score with that second move, but it's still not going to be a very good one for him. The next competitor out, the first time this truck is ever competing in the skills challenge. Logan Wollard, Werewolf, Node Beam. Well, that is the end of the run there from the Werewolf Node Beam truck. I like the creativity. Popping it off of the 8-pack is definitely something different. But the Werewolf Node Beam body, as you look at it on the Werewolf Node Beam replay, a little bit crunched up after that run. Too bad. Logan Wollard has been in arenas doing these moves all year long. Didn't quite pay off today. The scores are locked in. Let's take a look. 4.078, pretty much expected. That'll put him at the bottom of the pack right now. That's going to pretty much eliminate him from overall event standings possibilities today. We'll find out how he could do to redeem himself in freestyle. The next competitor out had a pretty nice night in racing. It's Kaden Morris driving ThunderROARus. The first move, you can see ThunderROARus tried to take a bite out of the ground there. What will Kaden Morris do for move number 2? That is the end of the run for ThunderROARus. Kaden Morris doing some moonwalks out here. That second move, another driver doing the nose pick today. That's been the theme of the day. Someone grab some tissues. We've got a lot of nose picks going on out here, but Kaden Morris didn't get the save in there at the end of his run, which probably would have helped him get an even higher score. Scores locked in for ThunderROARus. It's a 7.542. Kaden Morris will sit in 7th place currently with that skills run. Coming out next, trying to take another bite out of the competition, it's Caden Vial, Megalodon. The first move for Megalodon, another nose pick. That'll do it for Megalodon, coming out here trying to do a little bit of a different variation from what we've seen from some of these other drivers today, doing that nose pick. But I really like that jammer move. A little stoppy off of the jammer was obviously something a little bit different we don't get to see very often. I didn't even know you could do a stoppy off of that ramp. I think he did a pretty good job of it. Obviously, the question is, will it be enough for him to take the lead? The score for Megalodon is 7.907. That is not going to do it here today. A lot of drivers have come out and really missed the mark. Still at the top of the leaderboard, though, is Tailgator, Keshawn Pennymon, and he's only got 2 more drivers that he's got to sit through. Coming out second to last, he came runner-up in racing today, and he's got a vengeance right now. Vincent Akard, Gravedigger.
Leave this one alone. She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Bad. Bad. Bad to the bone. I broke 1,000 hearts before I met you. I break 1,000 more, baby.
One move in the books for Gravedigger. Vincent Akard getting very creative out there.
Woman beg, and I make a good woman steal. I make an old woman blush.
Vincent Akard and Gravedigger with a great run, showcasing all kinds of things. I mean, I think he covered every single 2-wheel move we could do. He did a reverse popper, he did a wheelie, he did a stoppie, he did a moonwalk, he did a bicycle. I mean, that's all you get. That's all there is when it comes to 2-wheel moves. The question is, will it be enough for him to take the top spot? Let's look at that score to beat again, because we haven't seen it in a while. Tailgator has a 9.692. The score for Vincent Akard in Gravedigger is... oh, just short. It's a 9.300. A very good number, though. Gravedigger will sit in second place with 1 truck left. And that final competitor, he was your racing winner tonight, trying to double it down. That's Kamryn Russell in Wildside. One move in the books for Wildside. He needs to have an incredible second one. That is the end of the run for Wildside. Kamryn Russell came out here and really tried to put on a good run. but unfortunately failed both of his moves. So what that now does is opens the door entirely for Vincent Akard to have a huge lead going into Freestyle and for anyone to win it. Let's take a look at that score to beat for Keshawn Pennymon. If this takes the lead, I think we're going to have to riot. The score for Wild Side is a 1.322. He is in last place, so from first to last. But the big excitement, the first win of the season for him, it is Keshawn Pennymon, Tailgator.
I see my heart cave in. I got my scars. I've been to hell and back again. Going for the blue skies. We'll
I am here with Keshawn Pennymon himself after a very exciting two-wheel run. Man, you were the only one out there who did anything remotely great. I loved it, and you got your first win of the year. How are you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling excited, man. After leaving Avenger, me getting put in the Tailgator, man, I had to do something different. I got to do things freely without being weighed down by a heavy truck. And here we have it proven right there. Get my first two-wheel skills win of the season.
Well, it was a very big win for you, and there's still one more competition to go. How are you feeling going into Freestyle now, fresh off of this win?
Man, I'm going to go big or go home. Probably destroy Tailgator while I'm at it. Probably still going to fill time, but this truck is probably not going to be in one piece once I'm done with it.
Well, that is Keshawn Pennymon, a man who is always so consistent, but now has a competition win this season. Make some noise for Keshawn Pennymon, Tailgator. That is the end of the first half of Carnage Tour action today here in Houston, Texas. There's still one more competition to go, but before we do that, we're going to take a brief halftime. So please go all get yourself something to drink and get ready for all the freestyle action.
I feel so close to you right now. It's a force field. I wear my heart up on my sleeve like a big deal. Your love pours down on me, surround me like a waterfall. And there's no stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now. Stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now. Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances?
Biggest event in Briggs or Rides.
It's coming back home again to Indiana.
Best drivers go head to head.
In the racing capital of the world.
Are you ready for this?
Don't miss a single minute of the action. Carnage Tour World Finals in Indianapolis 2025.
Carnage Tour fans, before we get into freestyle, let's take a look at some of the highlights that took place in the first half of action today in Houston. What is that sound? I think that means it's time for the last competition of the day here in Houston, Texas. This competition is freestyle. The drivers will have 2 minutes to do whatever they want on the track. We are looking for them to do all of these things right there on the screen. They must complete 30 seconds in order to qualify for a score, and obviously we still have overall points up for grabs to determine an overall event champion at the end of the day. So let me ask you all for one final time in 2024. Who's ready for Carnage Tour Freestyle? Competitor number 1 trying to set the bar, it's Thomas Frasco, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Unfortunate ending for Mohawk Warrior. He sent it, and then on really disappointing ending there. That could have been avoidable. He kind of just didn't save it there. Something about that landing just bounced him a little too hard. And sadly for Mohawk Warrior, not the way he wanted to end this final event of the year. The scores are locked in. Let's get the score for Mohawk Warrior. It'll be a 5.520. Thomas Frasco, that's your bar for the remaining 11 competitors. Trying to beat that number, it is Jamir Nuanes, Jurassic Attack. Jurassic Attack after the time with the most wild moment of his entire run. We look at the Werewolf node beam replay. A lot of big air here in this freestyle. He was able to land the 8-pack backflip, the first driver to fill the clock out here today. Checked all the boxes to not only take the lead, but to have a pretty good score for the remaining competitors. Let's find out what the score is for Jurassic Attack. The score to beat still belonging to the Mohawk Warrior. The score for Jurassic Attack is... It is your new leader with an 8.245, Jamir Nuanes, Jurassic Attack. The third competitor out tonight had a very good skills run. Bryant, Steggal, Bad Company.
Rebel souls, deserters we are called. Chose a gun and threw away the sword. Now these towns, they all know our name. Six gun sound is our claim to fame. I can hear him say
That is going to be an interesting situation. The truck's been shut off after he taps the wall. The question is, will it be the end of the run? We're waiting to... They're actually reviewing right now. I thought it looked like he hit the wall from where I'm sitting, but they're actually reviewing the footage to see if he hit the wall or not, because if he does, it's going to unfortunately end his run right there. Bryant Steggal is hoping that there was a bit of space between his tire and that wall. Those BKT tires are pretty big, and they are going to try and make sure. So it actually just got word that he did not hit the wall, so he's going. Bad Company's run, a very solid one. It is over right there after that very hard landing. Broke something on that hard hit. The Werewolf node beam replay showing how Bad Company was just twisting himself all over the place throughout this entire freestyle. Had a lot of big air, solid momentum, but man, that truck just never was driving straight once. Bryant Steggal with a very impressive freestyle. Will it be enough, though, for him to take the top spot? Scores are locked in. Let's take a look at the score to beat. It belongs to Jurassic Attack. He just came out. The score for Bad Company is... It is enough, an 8.611. We've got a new leader here in freestyle. All right, Carnage Tour fans, it is time to shake the earth. It is Rick Cassady, Earthshaker. What a run out of Earthshaker. Rick Cassady definitely just gave Bryant Steggal a run for his money. It's going to be tight. Very, very similar runs all around. These guys both went big. Earthshaker had some huge air in the second half of the run, but ended it so strongly with some huge hits. And that last move was really just one giant combo. I don't know if it should count for time or not, but we will find out what the judges thought as we get our scores locked in. The score to beat still belongs to Bad Company. He just came out. That's Bryant Steggal, the 8.611. The score for Earthshaker is... It is your new leader with an 8.656, a narrow lead change, but Earthshaker now sits atop the leaderboard. The next competitor out tonight, this man is trying to bury the rest of the competition. It's Amari Nuanes and the Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Crash to end the run for the Monster Mutt Rottweiler, who until that point really was just keeping the dog in the cage. I was waiting for him to let it loose, but never once in this run did I feel like Amari Nuanes is really going at 100% until this very end where he decided, you know what, I haven't done enough. I'm just going to stab the throttle and let this truck flip itself over. Scores are locked in. Let's find out what they are. It's an 8.001, fourth place for the Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Our next competitor out just won the skills challenge. He is feeling really good. Keshawn Pennymon, Tailgator.
We're singing, hey, you
What a run at a Tailgator. Somebody check on the airport, because they've got to be wondering what this blip is showing up on the radar at NRG Stadium. It's just Keshawn Pennymon in the Tailgator. This man was flying higher, longer than anybody else we have seen tonight. An unbelievable performance from our 6th freestyler out here today. He just won skills, and clearly the adrenaline is riding high, and that truck is going to be able to drive itself onto the trailer with nothing but maybe a couple nuts and bolts to tighten. Scores are locked in. The score to beat still belongs to Earthshaker with the 8.656. The score for Tailgator is a 9.402. Your new leader is Keshawn Pennymon, Tailgator. Trying to follow up that stellar performance, it's Konner Bauer, Black Pearl. Oh man, an unfortunate finish to the run there. He had some rear steer problems at the end of that run that are going to cost him a chance at winning freestyle here today. He was going really big, but he left about 50 seconds on the clock. He was fully committed to doing that backflip early, but it looked like he popped a tie rod there on the one jump, and unfortunately, that's going to cost him any chance at going all out and winning a freestyle competition today. We'll find out, though, with the scores as they are ready to go. It's a 7.720. Black Pearl's truck problems are going to cost him a chance at winning freestyle. The next competitor out with the rhyming names, it's Caden Morrison, ThunderROARus. What a wild ending to the run there for ThunderROARus. He waited until the backflip to whip out his coolest move of the run, but unfortunately, that backflip seems to have some sort of a treadmill on there, because every time somebody hits it, their back wheels shift them off to one side or the other. Unfortunately for Caden Morris, it threw him into the dumpster, and he couldn't quite possibly move away from it. That is the end of the run. Scores are locked in. Let's take a look at the score for ThunderROARus. 6.922, just not quite what he needed to do out there to be able to take the lead here in Houston. The next competitor out won racing earlier today, but did not have a good skills run. Trying to balance it out, Kamryn Russell, wild side. All right, we have an RII hit there. It seems like our safety officials have used their remote ignition interrupter on Wildside, and unfortunately something wrong with that truck. It almost looks like the tire got stuck in the dirt in a very weird ending to that run. But with that, it'll end off the night for Kamryn Russell, who was looking really good until that point. But the truck just kind of betrayed him there. After winning racing, he didn't really have the greatest rest of the day, which is unfortunate. He had a couple big moves there in Freestyle, was setting up for a possible good run. But somehow the tire just decided to phase through the atoms of the floor. The scores are locked in for Wildside. Let's find out. It's a 5.159. Kamryn Russell is in 9th. Unfortunate ending to the run. Now, with his first ever appearance in this truck, the first freestyle it'll ever have, Logan Wollard, Werewolf, Node Beam. What a freestyle on the Werewolf no beam. The first move this truck ever did in freestyle was a perfect backflip. That thing was awesome. That was a really good first freestyle, and man, I gotta say, Logan Wollard came out here and did a good job. He was on an arena tour all season long, coming out here and showing that he should be on a stadium next year. That was one of the best freestyles we have had today, showing up some of the guys who came out here and have been driving on stadiums all year. Scores are locked in. The score to beat belongs to Keshawn, Pennymon, and Tailgator. He's trying to get his second win of the day. The score for the Werewolf node beam truck is just short, 9.241, but a big number and a big showing from Logan Wollard here today. The next competitor out, second to last truck. This is Kaden Vial, Megalodon. That will do it for Megalodon. Kaden Vial's final freestyle here of 2024 alongside all these other competitors. He had a pretty good run. He almost lost it right there on the backflip, as you see on the Werewolf node beam replay. Truck was a little bit corkscrewed in the air, and then he went full send mode. Had a lot of really great jumps throughout the rest of this run. I would have loved to see him get a huge wow moment in there, but he got enough big air that it might be enough for him to take the lead. We will find out. Let's take a look at the score to beat. It belongs still to Tailgator. The score for Kaden Vial and Megalodon is 9.235. Not quite enough. In fact, it is going to place him in third place with just one more driver left. The final competitor tonight. This is the last freestyle for the Carnage Tour in 2024. Vincent Akard, Gravedigger.
On the day I was born, the nurses all gathered round, and they gazed in wide wonder at the joy they had found. The head nurse spoke up, said, "Leave this one alone." She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad, bad to the bone. I broke 1,000 hearts before I met you. I'll break 1,000 more, baby, before I am through. I wanna be yours, pretty baby. rich woman beg, and I make a good woman steal. I make an old woman blush, and I make a young girl squeal. I wanna be yours, pretty baby, yours and yours alone. I'm here to tell you, honey, that I'm bad to the bone. Bad. 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 Bad to the bone.
What a freestyle out of Vincent Akard in the Gravedigger. You could tell that this man has a full send mentality out there, but the question is it going to be enough? Vincent has been in second in the first two competitions today, and this was definitely one of the best runs of the night, but will it get him over that hump? He had a lot of wow moments, he had the big air, but I'm not sure if it's going to be good enough to do it. It's all going to come down to what the judges thought. The scores are locked in. The score to beat is Keshawn, Pennymon, and Tailgator. Will he go with his second win of the day and double it down? The score for Gravedigger is... It is enough. Vincent Akard in Gravedigger is your freestyle winner with a 9.433.
Now on the day I was born, the nurses all gathered round, and they gazed in wide wonder at the joy they had found. The head nurse spoke up, said, "Leave this one alone." She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad to the bone.
I am here alongside our freestyle winner tonight, the final competitor out in the 2024 Carnage Tour season, Vincent Akard. You knew not only were you going out there as the last competitor of the year, but you also had a good chance at going out there and winning it. How did that motivate you to throw down a winning freestyle run today?
Man, it's the last event of 2024 for the Carnage Tour, and that's the only motivation I needed. These guys have coming out here, showed up every weekend to have some fun, and that freestyle was out to everybody in the Carnage Tour. So I didn't hold anything back. Had something special planned for the end, and sometimes it doesn't work out, but hey, we got it done, and we'll see what happens for 2025.
Now, Vincent, you also were so consistent in that freestyle run, the Gravedigger truck being represented so well with every move you do out there. What do you have to say to all those Gravedigger fans in the crowd who were rooting you on today?
Man, it's been a long ride behind the wheel of Gravedigger, I gotta say. It's funny that you mentioned that. This will probably be my last ride in the black and green wrecking machine. Don't quote me on it, but we'll see. We'll see what 2025 has in store. You guys don't want to miss it.
Well, that'll do it for your freestyle winner. One more time, make some noise for Vincent Akard in Gravedigger. Now, we also have to find out who your overall event champion is today, and by looking at the numbers, it is pretty clear. My man, you are still sitting right next to me. It is Vincent Akard in Gravedigger. What a performance from Vincent Akard out here today. He finished second in the first two competitions and then went out there and did it in freestyle to get the win. Vincent, you had an amazing day, but going into freestyle, you knew you had a pretty good chance. How did you secure the overall?
It was all about, making to that final 30 seconds. I knew that if whatever I threw at it in the first, half of my run, if that truck was still together, I knew that I was going to have that overall locked in. So yeah, it was the name of the game. It was my mindset going in. I wanted to come out last event of the year with an overall event championship. I don't care about racing. I don't care about skills, but freestyle and that overall, that's what Team Gravedigger is all about.
Now, some of the fans out there today might not realize this, but you were an arena driver. You were in the arena series all year long, and you got a chance to drive the Gravedigger truck at the stadium level, and you proved all of these drivers that you are capable of it. How did it feel to dominate here at the stadium level?
It felt great. We got our chance to hit the stadium at the World Finals, and honestly, I think it opened a lot of people's eyes to what we can do on a bigger floor, and we'll have to see what next year brings. Hoping to be in stadiums, we'll have to see, but if we are in stadiums, we're taking home that point series championship. I got nubbed last time, but we're going to get it done.
Well, that is a very bold statement there from Vincent, Akard, and Gravedigger fans. Make some noise one more time for Houston's overall event champion, Vincent Akard and Gravedigger. Houston, Texas Carnage Tour fans, what a ride 2024 was, and we could not have ended it any better than with this spectacular event today. Vincent, Akard, and Gravedigger going out on top after an emotionally tough season, losing in the last 2 weeks of the Arena Series. An amazing way to end it. So much action, so much carnage here for the Carnage Tour, leading us in to 2025. The next time you will see all of us, it will be 2025, and Carnage Tour will be back and better than ever. Thank you all so much for joining us here in Houston, Texas. This has been Carnage Tour 2024.
I'm taking my pain away, nothing else more to say. Everything that I have, I'll give. First, you gotta pick a side. Now you got a team and you're rolling with the pride. Wanna play the game, make it to the end. I'm gonna bring it back again. I feel it inside. I'm reaching my stride. I'm standing my ground. I won't give in. I'm moving ahead. I'm back from the dead. I'm ready to fight again. Raising the roof, raising the roof, raising the roof. I'm raising the roof. All the mistakes I made, now I can change my fate. No one can take this heart away. First, you gotta pick a side. Now you got a team and you're rolling with the pride. Wanna play the game and make it to the end. I'm gonna bring it back again. I feel it inside. I'm reaching my stride. I'm standing my ground. I won't give in. I'm moving ahead. I'm back from the dead. I'm ready to fight again. Raising the roof, raising the roof, raising the roof. I'm raising the roof, raising the roof, raising the roof, raising the roof. I'm raising the roof. Find another way to fight another day. Find another way. Find another way to fight another day. Find another way to fight another day. Find another way. Find another way to fight another day. I feel it inside. I'm reaching my stride. I'm standing my ground. I won't give in. I'm moving ahead. I'm back from the dead. I'm ready to fight again. Raising the roof, raising the roof, raising the roof. I'm raising the roof, raising the roof, raising the roof, raising the roof. I'm raising the roof. You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away high so I wouldn't come home low. Just when things went right doesn't mean they were always wrong. Just take this song and you'll never be left all alone. Take me to your heart, fill me in your bones. Just one more night and I'm coming up this long and winding road. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Home sweet home. Tonight, tonight.
silver screen. My heart's like an open book for the whole world to read. Sometimes nothing keeps me together half the seams. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Home sweet home. Tonight I'm on my way. Just said